welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, as we are waiting for the next part of the Crystal Tower, I wanted to do another quest. We got from Nedic in Vesper Bay, we got a quest and... a friend of Nedic's, are you? Then you must be an adventurer of some skill. My business relies on capable people such as you. A gesture of goodwill. I'm going to share with you a morsel of information. There's this bloke named Gerold, makes his living in weapons and armor and whatnot. They say his skill is the finest in all the realm. Might be as it's gone to his head though. Folks don't take to the man if you get my meaning. Oh, and he likes a drink and all. Bloody buyer got himself in the forge row. As a young lad, he was cast out on his ear by his master for a crime of crafting finer wares, and that while piss drunk. Ever since he's roaming here and there, earning his keep day to day. I've known Gerold ever since I landed in his business. Ain't seen him for a while though, and the last time I did, the old fool had tears in his eyes and snot dripping from his nose. Fallen on hard times, he said. Asked for a bit of coin to tide him over. Never paid me back neither. Couldn't say for sure where he's now. Seemed to remember hearing he was in a black shroud putting up at Hurstmill or some such place. You might do well to commission his work. He'll even reforge the relics of old if you make it worth his while, and there ain't no other in Eorzea as can do that. If it's a relic you care to know about, I've a promise of payment what might catch your fancy. It doesn't look like much, but it'll get old Gerold to fire up his forge. That much I promise. Yes, I was saying, you get this quest from Nedic in Vesper Bay, just outside the Waking Sands, but for some reason I lost the recording of when I took this quest, so we start here at Ravenna's. And here we are at Hurstmill, the little village in the North Shroud. And I ride my chocobo like I'm drunk. And over there is Gerold. Got business on the Ep.92 adventure, then there better be coin or drink in it. Elsewise bugger off back to wherever it was you came from. Restoration work on an old weapon, you say? Ha! What makes you think I'd fire up a forge for a grimy old... This promise of payment. Hey, gods! Where in the seven else did you get that promise of payment? I ain't got no coin, I tell you. Nah, not a single bloody gill. God, just look at me and how far I've fallen. Me, the greatest weaponsmith of our age, hammering out dints and kettles to pay off a tavern debt. Can you even begin to grasp my humiliation? Can you? Ah, 'cause I can't. Why did I even bother asking? Alright, I'll restore your bloody weapon. Just get that goddamn slab of paper out of my sight. A Relic Reborn. Quest only available for all the When Reborn original jobs, and you can only do one at a time. So the quests are almost identical, so I just show it off for one weapon, but I have by now done almost all of them. Just let me make one thing clear. It might be as I'm repairing kettles to pay for yesterday's meat, but I still got my pride as a master weaponsmith. You'll get no less than the finest out of me, forge. And it might be as you've got the goddamn slip of paper, but it'll only get you so much. Restoring relics like these calls for some rare old materials, and I ain't got none. So if you want the job done, you'll have to run along and fetch them for me. So, what is it you want to do, Stort? Fancy yourself a dragon slayer, huh? Well, I happen to know just the weapon for you. But wouldn't it be quicker if you had one of them Holy Sea's blacksmiths pound one out? Your expression tells me there's a reason why you came to me instead. Well, I ain't want to pry into the affairs of Ishgard. Don't fancy being branded a heretic, see? Also, I don't reckon I'd enjoy a view from the gates of judgment half so much if me head was on a pike. True, true. Anyway, it's a spear named Gerold that you'll be wanting. I've heard tell it's made of dragon bone, but how it's forged is a jealously guarded secret. Being the genius that I am, though, I reckon I can unravel the mystery if I could just get my hands on a sample. Now then, did you ever hear of Saint Renette, the legendary dragoon? I only ask cause she's supposed to have wielded the very same weapon, see? Story goes that a dragon slew her sweetheart, prompting the old girl to seek out the beast what did it and put it down. Having exacted her revenge, they say she thrust her spear into the ground where the battle was waged. Giving up the life of a dragoon, it became a woman of a cloth. Unlucky for you, the valley where the spear sleeps is XIV territory, a stronghold called Nadaland to be precise. If your desire is strong, I trust you already know what must be done. Okay. That is in the Central Corthus. So let's get our piece. A bit northeast of Camp Dragonhead is Nadaland. Well, we have to fight through a ton of exile to find it. Okay, this is one of a few things that are different depending on which weapon you choose. In our case, we go to Nadaland, the territory of the Exile. Other weapons might demand you go to another beast tribe like the Cobalt Mines or the spawning grounds of Asagin, or Zaharak, the territory of Yamalja. I don't think anything led me to the Sylphs, but I would not swear it. Not this way. Invisible wall. Kermit with a French maid chocobo. Here it is. Time-worn Gerold. Okay. Back to Gerold. Okay, here's a weapon. Well, bugger me. Never in my wildest, drunkest dreams did I imagine you'd actually find the bloody thing. So I'll have to fire up the forge after all. Having said that, the relic's in far worse shape than I thought. It ain't like to survive much pounding in this state. Truth be told, I'd be worried about sneezing near it. We're gonna need a new host what'll give itself for restoration. Bring me a champion's lance, one with 2 grade 3 savage aim materia melded to it. That'll serve as a vessel for the restored relic. Remember, that's 2 grade 3 savage aim materia. Or less and you get naught from me, no matter how many slips of paper you wave in my face. Yeah. You can either craft these with bloody spear tip or something as the item you need for that. Those you can find in treasure chests and dungeons, these bloody items you need for your weapon. And yeah. But my carpenter skills are nowhere near level 50, what you need to craft that stuff, so I just buy one. And of course, getting the materia, I also buy those because I don't have any great free materia. And here we are. I have merged what's left of a relic with a host weapon, so the groundwork's done, but don't go jumping for joy just yet. There's still more to be done. I need to work on the finishing touches, and due to the reinforcement work I've had to do, the weapon's proving rather stubborn to shape. To get around this, we need some alumina salts, a substance made by grinding a rock called alumina into fine grains. Unlucky for you though, it ain't easy to get hold of. Maybe you already know this, but there's beasties out there that devour their prey whole, and some of them swallow rocks as to aid with digestion. The Dome Chimera terrorizes the central highlands of Carthage, happens to swallow alumina salts for this purpose. Slay the bugger and bring me the alumina salts, and I'll see to the finishing touches on your weapon. Yeah, duty finder. Once you have unlocked it in the Central Highlands. And you have to do it's a trial with the job you want to make the relic weapon with. Chimera now accessible. There's a Dome Chimera. It's a Chimera. Yeah. I don't know, have I shown off Cutter's Cry, the dungeon? I don't remember. Anyway, it's exactly like the boss in Cutter's Cry. Probably even a bit easier. That's it already. And back to Gerold. Just a dozen more carrots when it's off to you again. What the thousands do you want this time? Your salts, Gerold. And of course the adventurer comes back triumphant. Should have bloody known not even the Chimera would be able to put you out of misery. Out of me misery. Hand over the alumina swords and get ready to work. There, the deed's done. I squeezed out every ounce of my skill to restore your weapon. I think you'll agree it looks the part. Yet there's somewhat missing somehow. Though I'm bad if I know what. The piece just lacks a certain glow, as it were. You need to learn more about the relic. Literature surrounding the hero associated with it would be a fine place to begin. And I ain't exactly a scholarly and have the slightest inkling where to get my hands on such stuff. And much as I had to say this, Ravenna's probably one to talk to. Thing is, I'd sooner shove hot kettles up my ass sideways than over tri-stamped Harridan another debt. You gotta make yourself useful once again. Take yourself to Ravenna and ask for her help, and return here once you've learned somewhat what might be of use. Okay, Ravenna. You're looking a bit more run down than before. You dealing with Gerold taken at all? Actually, I forgot to even ask. My mouth tastes of bile if I think so much as think of that sour specimen. So, is that something you need? Literature on the hero of old who once wielded your weapon. Oh, I reckon I can find what you need. Might take a bit of time, is all. Cause this ain't a charity I'm running here. I can get you what you want, but you'll have to do likewise for me. I'll track down literature on Saint Renette. For your part, you're to bring me an Rammbroes glyph. You'll find this inside Rammbroes Keep, a ruined castle situated in the South Shroud. Been there. Clear on the deal? Then run along and fulfill your part of it. Yeah, just run the Rammbroes Keep dungeon to fulfill your part of this quest. That's all. Clear on the deal? Done, Ravenna. Use your glyph. Ah, good on you. This is exactly what I was after. You've honored your part of the bargain, and so I'll do the same. Okay, we have a book. Back to Gerold once again. It's a lot of running back and forth. Back to pester me so soon? Judging from that smirk on your face, I take it you've found what you need. Ah, this text is about Saint Renette, alright. But gods, would it have killed the bugger who wrote it to use normal bloody words? It'll take me a bleeding moons to get through this lot. Time I could be spending on kettles. While I try to make heads or tails of it all, why don't you take this here unfinished Gayborg and try it out? And as I mentioned before, it's still missing somewhat, but it's all there shape-wise, meaning it should serve you just fine as a weapon. Seeing as you're a ripe old dragoon, mayhap you'll be able to figure out exactly what it wants for. That's to say, get out of there and fight some nasty foes, as Saint Renette herself must have done back in the days. Netherland, the XIV stronghold over in Corfaz ought to serve your needs. The same place you found the lance. Pit yourself against some Netherland boltwings, fogcallers and swiftbeaks, 8 of each say, and then come back and tell me what you've gleaned. With the information in the text and your first-hand experience, I reckon we'll solve this puzzle yet. So, this is always the same place you found the weapon, right? So, and you need to equip the unfinished weapon once I find it. Well, it has more raw damage, but no stats currently. This is literally an empty weapon. Okay, but I skipped this hunting XL. You have seen me kill them before this episode. Back already? From your frown you're wearing, I take it you got nothing to show for your time with a Batman? Might be as you want for better sport, and I know just the creature will give it to you. The hideout reigns over the fiends within Halatali. The nasty piece of work that. Try not to piss your breeches when you see it. And similar to the Chimera, the Hydra is also a trial you can unlock throughout this quest chain. And you have to have equipped the unfinished weapon to have it count. Now, the Chimera is rather easy. The Hydra, I don't know. It's rare that one wipes here, but this is not phase war, in my opinion at least. The Hydra summons a Wyvern, he's currently off screen. Also, I'm not sure if it's the Hydra or the Wyvern that uses it, but here, I believe it's Fear itself, but I have no idea how to counter that out. That seems to inflict fear to random players. Or if there's a method how to avoid this, I am not really uncertain. Maybe I should look that up for one time or something. It's of course nowhere near extreme trial difficulty or anything like that. It's just... Fear is a status effect where you just run randomly around the room and can lose all control of your character for several seconds. And if you run into AoEs, that can kill you pretty quickly. And with that, we can return to Gerold. You're still alive? Why the hell do you bloody adventurers have to be so goddamn sturdy? I was bloody sure you'd be Hydra dung by now. But what's done is done. Or in this case, not done. Anyway, let's talk about that text you brought. It contains an account of Saint Renard's painfully pious life. Seems to be a part of Ishgard's holy scriptures. Be true to the Fury, live in virtuous dedicate your life to the blah bloody blah. The book fair put me to sleep, and not even 11 flagons of meat can do that. Anyway, one bit touched on all Saint Renard's time as a dragoon. That's why I found a passage describing the Relic spear Gayborg. Turns out the base of a spearhead, that's a bit what looks like wings, ain't just for show. Apparently it helps dragoons get their arc just right when they're leaping on their prey. As you can see, I've done my research. I trust you've been pulling your weight, putting the relic to use like I said. Well go on, man. Tell me what you've learned. Is that so? Aye, I had wondered about that. Based on what we've gleaned from the text and your first-hand experience, I'll rework the relic so as to improve your affinity with it. Hand it over for a second, will you? There, the deed's done. That leaves us with one last step. That is fully merging the old relic, the new host, and the soul of a bearer. That's you. Only then can the weapon be restored to its former glory. But to do this, I need a fire that's hotter than the seventh hells. And to keep such a fire alive and raging, I need a wind that's fiercer than the hangover I had last week. You know what I mean. Just to get me a white-hot ember, a howling gale, and a chunk of hyper-infused ore, and I finish your bloody weapon. And I need a bottle of Razatan quenching oil as well to cool it off. For this, you need to, for the white-hot ember, howling gale, and chunk of hyper-infused ore, you need to face Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan hard mode, and the Razatan oil can be bought for tokens at Ravena's shop from Oriana. So, I know I haven't shown off the Titans yet, the Primals yet, the hard modes, but I won't do that now either, because that is a bit more time investment. So I skip it for now, and we show off the unlocking and the Primal fights another time, okay? Alright then, let's see the Hydrod Ember, the Howling Gale, and the Hyper-Infused Ore. These ought to get me the levels of heat I need, which leaves just the Razatan Quenching Oil for cooling things off afterwards. You got that too, I assume? Actually, no, I forgot. So, to Madonna. This is actually the first time I actually see this shop, or these shops rather, the token shops. And so, I have to look around a bit. So, alone for showing me this shop, the questline was worth it for me. And there's the Razatan Quenching Oil under special weapons or something like that. Special arms. I don't like the visor. The armor, however, looks pretty cool. The chest piece. The Ironworks chest piece. By the way, something else I found out only later, but it's not really worth showing that off in an extra episode or something. Gerold's assistant can upgrade these Ironworks equipment, this Ironworks equipment stuff for I forgot. Carbon coat? Anyway, you can get these upgrade materials as well from Oriana here, for a bunch of these tokens. And tokens you get from doing dungeons and raids and stuff like that. But let us go back to Gerold. You've done your part, so I'll do mine. Watch now and try not to battle your eyelids. Ain't every day you get to see a relic reborn. Ah! These gods-given hands have worked yet another miracle. Feast your eyes on Gayborg just as it was in the days of yore. 'Tis a sight to move a man to tears, you lucky bastard. You'd better bloody well take care of it. Massive upgrade for my weapon. Having a gay old time. Okay. Full armory? Cleared out, okay. And equip the gay book. So, but that's it for this episode. Until next time when we return to the Crystal Tower. I'm Mace and don't get lost.